6, and this promises to be an absolute blockbuster of a contest as UUDS Tuskers are taking on Abu Dhabi Smashers, and this is one game to look out for. Right then, just a short while ago, I was there in the middle with the two captains and the match referee for the all-important toss. It's a bright and a sunny afternoon here in the Tolerance Oval, where we're all set for the opening game of UPro Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026, and we're expecting to have an absolute blockbuster of a contest. It's time now to introduce you to the star cast for the opening game. On my left is Dylan, the captain of UUDS Tuskers. On his left is Kamran Atta from Abu Dhabi Smashers, and on the extreme left is our team match referee, Mr. Preetham. Dylan, you've got the coin. Please give it a spin.
Heads is the call. Heads it is. It is heads.
मुबारक हो कामरान, बहुत अच्छा स्टार्ट टूर्नामेंट का, टॉस जीत गए. क्या करना चाहेंगे इस विकेट के ऊपर?
हम लोग पहले बॉलिंग करेंगे क्योंकि आपको पता थोड़ा डे वेदर है, तो हॉट वेदर है, तो थोड़ा बॉल करने में स्विंग मिलेगा, तो हम लोग की प्लानिंग यही है कि पहले हम लोग बॉलिंग करेंगे.
कामरान, आपका ये होम ग्राउंड है, काफ़ी प्रैक्टिस सेशंस किए होंगे आपने. क्या आपने बोला है आज अपने बॉयज़ को इस मैच से पहले?
बॉयज़ वेरी एक्साइटेड हैं क्योंकि काफ़ी टाइम के बाद टूर्नामेंट बैक हुआ है लाइव, तो इंशाल्लाह हमारे बॉलिंग लाइन अच्छी है, तो इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि इनको 150 तक इनको आउट करें.
Best of luck. Give us a good game.
थैंक यू.
Dylan, unfortunately you lost the toss. If ever so you would have won the toss, what was your plan to do on this wicket?
Yeah, we will decide on the toss because we need to bat first. It's come here, and because we have today's good bowling side because we some players with the vacation, and we have today 5 batsmen only and 3 all-rounders. We can do it. 175 is good score. Our bowling side.
So you always wanted to bat first on this wicket. How's the mood in the camp before this tournament?
Yeah, because after Bukadir we need to 3 practice matches for 76 team, and good practice session for 5 days continuously. We have a good time, so come back is a T20 game.
Have a good game, Dylan.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's the news, and the confirmation coming in from the centre is that Abu Dhabi Smashers, they won the toss and they've decided to bowl first. Yeah, I think it's a very good toss to win. Kamran Atta calling it right in here. Absolutely no hesitations to be bowling first on this wicket. And rightfully so. You're not really aware as to how the wicket will play. Before that, let's the two playing 11 starting off with UUDS Tuskers by Dilan Suravira, Akalanka Ganigama, Almas Ayub, absolute blockbuster. UUDS Tuskers. They've played quite a few games here in the on the have quite a few games in this venue. So good to see that clip. Greens for Zia Mukhtar. Abu Smashers have struck they've picked up a wicket on the moment. UUDS Tuskers, they lose their first. Perfect start here for Abu Dhabi Smashers. They have struck the very first delivery of this contest. And now Thilan, who's just made his way in the centre, needs to be a little careful because you've already lost a very important wicket. And that's something which you would want to avoid when you come in to play the first 6 overs. You would always want to ensure you get those early runs. And also at the same time, not to lose many wickets. So after losing this such an important wicket now, they need to ensure they look to form a partnership. It's that kind of a wicket where there is plenty to offer for the fast bowlers. That extra bit of bounce and carry. You will have to wait for the signal of the umpire. Shy at the stumps. Yeah, talking about Zia, I think he's been very impressive. And also, he's been a very thinking captain. He's been exceptional with his decision makings and makes the right calls at the right time. Maybe idea. But yeah, let's out here. It's very hot and humid. It's literally, I think, 45, 47 degrees. Lovely delivery. That's much better. And this is what is really the demand, the requirement when you're bowling on these surfaces. I mean, as I just mentioned, that Zia is someone who's played plenty of cricket on this very venue. So he comes in and brings in that experience which Abu Dhabi Smashers would need. And he's someone who just ensures he pitches the ball up with the new ball because there is movement. They've opted to remove the slip for the left-hander. Quite surprising because Zia is someone who can really move the ball and deviate the ball both ways. Yeah, trying to be a little aggressive. Thilan Gunaratne needs to be a little calm and cautious in the sense to just pick and choose his assistance for the fast ball. Getting that extra bit of zip and carry. Quick single, very good running. It was Thilan who insisted to take the single, and he's done well. Excellent. Just picking up a wicket. It's 5 for 1 after. New bowler, new ball alongside Zia Mukhtar. An exceptional first over already, picking up that all-important wicket. And Umaid, he's someone who can really generate extra bit of pace, but it is that kind of a wicket where really all you need to do is just get your basics right. Get the ball to pitch. Fuller, you could afford to do that. Would want the batter to drive towards the covers. Oh, is that put down? Was that a half chance? And also, they've somehow clinched a single. Talking about Kamran Atta, I think he made the right call, because you're not really sure when you're playing the first game of the tournament and what and how the wicket will behave. So we'll always want to just get that early use of the wicket and try to just utilize the wicket to your advantage. Now that's been pulled away very nicely, and in the gap gets his first boundary. Wrong length. With the new ball, I don't really think there's going to be a problem for somebody like Akalanka, who's very strong and severe towards the leg side region. So far, hasn't been the best of starts for him. But he's been spraying the ball all over, and all he needs to do is just ensure the ball up. Let the batter try to play with a straighter bat. Yeah, that's much more like it. This is exactly what I was mentioning. The moment you land the ball in those perfect right areas, that is where you can see there is plenty to offer for the fast bowlers. What's going to be interesting to see as to how this wicket will behave as the day progresses, and also once the ball loses its lacquer and it gets a bit old. Slashes hard and straight towards the fielder. This is not what Akalanka was looking for. He wanted to go over the point fielder, but unlucky. He's found him to perfection, and what a great catch. Hardly ever so did he need to move an inch. But it's the captain who's taken a safe catch. And UUDS Tuskers, they've lost their second. It's 12 for the loss of 2. So the decision to win the toss for the captain Kamarata has certainly paid off in the favour of Abu Dhabi Smashers. Look at that extravagant swing which he's getting an offer that should give him a lot of confidence. And I think he will just learn that bowling short is something which you can afford if you do have that extra bit of pace. Yeah, Umaid, he can clock somewhere around 125 or 127. But with the new ball, for my liking, I would always want the fast bowler to utilize the wicket. It's a fresh track, it's an unused wicket. Of course, it's the first day, the first game of the tournament. Right on target. This is a very good comeback, I believe, because you can see that he started off a little wayward and bowled a wide, then followed by a no ball as well. And was smashed for a boundary, but then look at what he's done. A dot followed by a wicket and another couple of dot deliveries. So just one more delivery and would want to finish off strong. Very good captaincy by Kamarata, giving him a slip after picking up a wicket. Yeah, it's turned out to be an excellent over in the end for Umaid. 2 gone, it's 12 for 2. Hits it hard, but straight towards the fielder. Yeah, so talking about Asal Segar, another very prolific, stylish left-handed batter. He is someone who will really look to play those aggressive strokes. You need someone to provide you that impetus in the innings, especially the first 6 overs, because you don't want to be in that over-aggressive mindset where you go in the shell and you just thinking about your wickets. Oh, that is an absolute peach of a delivery and has surely surprised Asal Segar. Extra bit of zip and carry off the surface. So There is a wicket where these fast bowlers are surely going to have a great outing. So far, Zia Mukhtar has already picked up an important wicket. Mind you, it was the first delivery. Yeah, it's never a great feeling as a batting team when you lose a wicket. And also as a batter, of course, you start off your tournament, you have those plans in your mind that you come out there and start with a bang. A few nerves, a few butterflies in your stomach. Trying to pull this towards a deep square yet again with no success. I think Tilan Gunaratne is someone who will look to express himself. That's one for the over call by the umpire. And on the other end, Asal Segera, I think he can just hold one end and play the role of a second fiddle. You don't want both the batters to really look to go aggressive and try to be reckless. Gets it hard but straight towards the fielder. So clearly we can see that it has been a struggle so far for the top order batters of UUDS Tuskers. Mind you, that the plus which they have and the positive sign which they hold is that they bat really deep. So what they need to do is ensure they try to take this game deep, not lose early wickets in the power. They've already lost 2 important wickets, so there must be that slight bit of pressure and the thinking going in the back of the mind of the 2 batters. We need to be a bit more careful in the middle. Yeah, that's really good cricket. Asal Segera, he is taking his sweet time in the middle, and rightfully so. We've got plenty of overs. We're just into the 3rd over. But if ever so, there is a single on offer. You would always want to ensure you keep rotating your strike. Make sure you don't miss out on taking those singles and doubles. On the other end, Abu Dhabi Smashers can afford to really have the 30-yard fielders at least 5 to 7 steps ahead from the 30-yard circle, just to not allow and negate them taking those quick singles. It's up in the air, and I think this time he's got a lot of bat on this one. Does the ball have enough legs? Yes. So Tilan, he's really looking to express himself, and Zia Mukhtar just going slightly further, and intentionally Tilan went over the mid-on fielder, getting a boundary to close up. 3rd over, it's 18 for 2. Yeah, another wild swing. That has been one of the problems which I've observed watching Asal Segera. That front foot, it just gets planted into the surface, not really coming onto the line of the ball, and just playing it away from his body as well. He's a power hitter. He's someone who can really get you those flying starts. For now, he needs to just ensure that he gives himself a bit of time in the center, just to get used to the conditions and adapt to the surface. That's much more like it, playing with a straighter bat. So far, boundaries have been difficult to come by. I think Karnatha, who has played quite a few, or rather, I think he's been playing here for the last 10 to 15 years, if I can recall. So he's someone who can really read this wicket well, and he knows how this wicket will behave. At the moment he won the toss, I mean, he was very quick to reply and say that, right, we're going to bowl first and use this fresh start to our advantage. And yeah, so far they have success. That's been clubbed away nicely towards the cow corner. And every time Umaid, he's looked to bowl short. He hasn't found much success. So breaking the shackles is Asal Segera. And this is something which he would want He would want Umaid to bowl those short stuff to him. And that was a very good shot really in the end. Should give him a bit of confidence because he's been there for quite a while. He played 8 deliveries, scored just that 1-1. And now getting an important boundary. Yeah, this is much more like it. That's exactly what I was mentioning in the first over he bowled, that every time he looks to go fuller, that's where he has troubled the batter. And that's all because it's a fresh track. The ball is new. You do expect the ball to move, deviate off the surface. And Umaid is someone who does have the tendency and the ability to bring, or rather take the ball away from the right-handers. Flicked away. And that's gone all the way for a maximum. This is an extraordinary stroke coming in from the blade of Asal Segera. That just came out from nowhere. Nicely done. Getting half a dozen. It's turning out to be quite a productive over. And that's the way, that's the approach which Asal Segera should have. The fearless and the courageous approach to really take on the bowling. You would never want to go at the back foot and be on the defensive side. So far, so good. Oh, this is brilliant. He's batting beautifully now, Asal Segera. And he's raced on to 12 in 12 deliveries. Over number 4, done and dusted. It's 29 for 2. So change in the bowling. It's going to be the left arm speedster Saif. Another bowler who can bowl with the rate of knots. He's tall. He can really make the new ball talk. And also got vast experience on his shoulders. He's gone long. He's gone high. And he's got plenty of bat on this one. This has been hammered down the ground. And the onslaught coming in from the UUDS Tuskers batters. Well, it wasn't the best of starts, mind you. They lost those 2 important wickets early on. But first, there was Asal Segera in the last over, getting the ante going. And now it's Thilan Gunaratne joining the party. Gets it right off the meat of his blade. Hit hard. Oh, very close to the fielder. Yeah, and this is where now I think they need to be a little more cautious, both these two batters. They need to just ensure they communicate with each other. I think Asal Segera, the way he batted in the last over, should be the one to play the role of an aggressor. He's someone who does look to express himself early on, look to play those aerial shots, and he did find success in the last over against Umaid. Pulled away and pulled away with a lot of authority. They're right on course now. There was a bit of struggle, but now Saif is being targeted. I think we could have just given one more over to Zia Mukhtar, because he was bowling beautifully. He was getting quite a lot of movement when he was pitching the ball up. But Kamran Atta, the captain, thinking otherwise, and he's introduced Saif as someone who hasn't really found his length. The line isn't an issue, but the length has been a concern. It's been spraying the ball in this over. Yeah, the idea was right. He wanted to go full onto the stumps, trying to take the ball away from Thilan Gururatne. Saif is someone who does bring the ball in towards the right-handers. I don't think he can move the ball both ways. But yeah, there's one delivery which straightens up. Then he's got a slow bumper as well. Ball's back of the hand delivery, but I think it's a bit too early talking about the back of the hand deliveries or the slow ones. Yeah, it's been worked away nicely. It is a quick outfield. It's turning out to be quite an expensive over. 16 runs have been looted already. And this is a great little comeback. This is a very good passage of play for UUDS Tuskers, as losing 2 wickets. And I think Abu Dhabi Smashes now, they need to be one step ahead of this game. Can't really let runs flow from both the ends. We saw Umaid. He was a little wavered where Asal Segera took the onslaught against him. And now even Saif has been on the shorter side. Once again shot, but lucky that Thilan hasn't got it from the middle of the bat. Otherwise this 2 would have gone for a boundary. Nonetheless, an expensive over comes to the end. It's 46 for 2. Well, I was just mentioning as to why wasn't Zia Mukhtar given another go. And I think he did have a plan in his mind. Kamran Atta, the captain, is just changed ends for Zia Mukhtar. He's now coming in from the far end. Starts off with a wide. Yeah, talking about Zia Mukhtar, he is someone who could be a little wavered, at times does spray the ball, but he's a genuine wicket taker. He's someone who might just go for a few runs, but he does tend to pick up early wickets. I mean, I've seen him for the last couple of years, and every time he's been thrown the new ball, he's got the job done for his team. And yeah, yet again, he's proven what he's done in his first over when he picked up a wicket on the very first delivery of this game. So this is where Thilan and Asal Segera need to be a little smart and ahead of the game by just seeing off his over. Yeah, if it's there in your zone, go for it. But otherwise, you don't really need to force the issue or be over ambitious because you already have runs on the board. 48, that's a very good score, especially on these kind of tracks. So the idea should be to just ensure you don't be reckless against this man on your screen, Zia Mukhtar, because he's been given an over to pick up a wicket. This is high up in the air. Is this a chance? Oh, he's put it down. You can't really afford to be dropping these easy chances, and he had all the time in the world. He had to cover a bit of a distance, but then again, at this level, you don't expect the fielders to be dropping such catches, and clearly you could see the agony on the face of Zia Mukhtar. He wasn't pleased. So, great thinking by the captain, Kamranatha. 50 comes up in the 6th over. Once again, is this a chance? Luckily, not getting anywhere from the middle of his bat. So this is turning out to be quite a decent little partnership. They have stitched up those important runs. That is exactly what you need really in a T20 format. You need that 60-70 run partnership, and that's where you really get back into the contest. You don't want to be 50 for 4, 50 for 5. It just puts that extra bit of pressure on your middle and low order batters. So far, job well done by these two in the center. Past the cover fielder. This is going to be a long chase, and the ball will win the race. So don't look at Zia Mukhtar because he's the one who dropped the catch early on, and now going a bit fuller. Zia Mukhtar just trying to bring the ball in towards the left-hander, but in the end it was a half volley and nicely driven past the mid-off fielder to get another boundary to his name. Yeah, if you're ever wondering what's the temperature out there in the center, let me tell you, it's very hot and humid, very muggy conditions out there. Hardly can I see any tree or a flag moving. Just gives you an indication that it's extremely tough conditions out there. So really hats off to these men in the center. We're showing a lot of character. Now, this is high up in the air. Chance. This time he holds on to it. Jubilant is Zia Mukhtar. And yet again, he strikes and he's struck gold. Very good delivery. He's taken all the pace of the ball and completely deceived Thilan Gunaratne. He's fallen in the trap, and that is a magnificent take to dismiss someone who was looking very threatening in the middle. Will have to depart. It's 55 for 3. Well, the plan has worked for the captain Kamran Atta to give that one more over and asked him to change ends. And surely that decision has paid dividends in their favour. He's picked up a wicket, and that too an important one, and disengaging the partnership. Very good delivery and a good leave. Nonetheless, another terrific over comes to the end. Power play done and dusted. It's 55 for 3. Saifullah Noor will continue from the pavilion end. Yeah, that's a very good delivery. Perfect length, perfect line. Now, this is where Abu Dhabi Smashers should believe, if ever so, they can pick up Asal Segera at this stage, which will mean you're going to have 2 new batters at the crease. And then it's going to be very tough, really, to come out from that kind of a situation. Yes, you do have the runs on the board, but maybe he could have extra fielder in the circle. He's gotten only 4 fielders in the circle so far. I understand Asal is someone who's looking to go hard at you, but then when you have the opponent's 3 down, and when you have picked up an important, or maybe one of the most important wickets of UUDS Tuskers, you could really afford to put in that extra stride, extra fielder in the circle. You wouldn't want to allow the new batter to just straight away come in the center and rotate strike easily. Would want to apply the pressure and the brakes on the run scoring, which was coming freely in the power play. Yeah, just like that. Tap and run. This is very smart cricket by Dimutu De Silva. Another very handy right-handed stylish batter. He's someone who does give a lot of value to his wicket. He's got a very cool head on his shoulders. So you would really want somebody like Dimutu De Silva, beg your pardon, to stay out there in the center and take this game, or rather take this innings right till the end. On the other end, Asal Segera can look to play those aerial shots, which so far he has found success. Outside edge. Not a very convincing stroke by Asal Segera, but yeah, I think the message is loud and clear. It seems like he's come out with an intent, and his role and his job is to just go and express yourself, play your natural gameplay. And I really like that. I mean, you do have players in your team who do have roles assigned. All you need to do is just go out there and play freely. There's no pressure on you. Oh, that is a glorious looking stroke by Dimutu De Silva. I was just praising how good a batter he is and the stature he possesses. He's played a lovely cover drive, getting 2 more runs. Has been a struggle for Saif. He's been off radar so far. What's going to be interesting to see as to when does the captain Kamran Atta opt to bring spin into the attack. Are the spinners going to have any kind of assistance turn? Any kind of break on this very wicket? We'll soon find out. looking to come back for the second, denied by his partner Asil, rightfully so. Over number 7, done and dusted. It's 61 for 3. Yeah, it seems like Captain Kamalata, he's heard me loud and clear. He was just discussing as to when he's going to opt to bring the spinner. And here he is, Wasiman, the left arm spinner. Introduce in the 8th over. He's someone who's very consistent, especially with his lines. He's someone who will keep on coming hard at you, will keep on targeting the stumps. So as a batter, you would not want to play him across the line. And he's a general wicket taker as well. Wasim Anwar comes in and really puts the brake on the acceleration of runs. It's a very interesting passage of play. Yeah, this is something which Wasim Anwar wouldn't mind. He would want the batter to play across the line, play those cross-batted shots, because he's someone who can bowl those lovely arm deliveries as well. So you need to be very careful, because this is a wicket. The history states that the ball at times does tend to keep slightly low. So you don't want to be getting LBW or the ball getting into equation. On the other end, now Asal Seghera, what does he do from here onwards? From the moment he stepped onto the crease, he's looked to be aggressive, wanted to play quite a few shots. He did find success as well in one of the overs in the power play. But now the challenge is against spin. How does he deal with somebody like Wasim Anwar, who's very smart in his approach? He's someone who will keep the batters thinking, keep them at the back foot. And he's very unpredictable as well. So you need to be a bit careful against Wasim. Watchfully guided for a single to retain strike in the next over. It's 65 for 3. Saif will continue. He's been given another go. He's been on the expensive side, has leaked a few runs, was on the shorter side in the last over, specifically when he couldn't really find the right length. But the captain is shown a lot of faith and trust, and he's given another go to Saif. Yeah, he is a quality bowler. I remember he's someone who came to UAE 10 years back. He used to bowl and bowl with a lot of heat on concrete wickets. So he's someone who does carry a much needed experience, and also has got excellent variations as well. so far I believe they've done well, Abu Dhabi Smashers. Picking up 3 wickets, so we're just into the 9th over, and also 3 very important wickets. So the way Asal Sigera is playing, Abu Dhabi Smashers, they're not gonna mind this. They would want him to play a bit more aggressively. Chance! Oh, that is an absolute stunner. For a moment, I assumed and thought that he is not going to be able to reach onto the ball, but he has done exceptionally well and has taken a beautiful catch, timing his dive to perfection. And he knows he's taken one of the best catches, I believe it would be in this tournament. It's not looking good for UUDS Tuskers. They lose their 4th. It's 67 for 4. Well, things aren't looking all that bright at the moment for UUDS Tuskers. They've lost 4 wickets. And we're just into the 9th over. So this is really good from Kamran Atta. So he gave 23 runs in the first 2 overs, but still Kamran Atta persisted with Saifullah and giving him another go, and this is what he did. Saif picks up a wicket. This is where the experience comes into play, they say. And yeah, the last wicket, I mean, clearly we could see that he was playing quite a few shots, and I did mention that that's something which Abu Dhabi Smashers wouldn't mind. And yeah, they have picked his wicket. Flicked away, Kamran Atta, very quick on his feet. So it's turned out to be a decent over by Saif. I think that Kamran Atta will look to bowl him out. On the other end, we saw Wasim. He bowled an exceptional first over. Kept things relatively tight in the middle. Yeah, but still just the 4 fielders in the circle. 2 relatively new batters at the crease. Need to tighten things in the centre. This is high up in the air. And very lucky escape for Dimutu De Silva. His heart would have been in his mouth because that wasn't timed. Not too sure what the approach was, but he gets alive. Could have gone anywhere. It's 70 for 4. Excellent last over by Saifullah, picking up a very important wicket in the context of play. And now Wasim. Yeah, this is now exactly what I was mentioning in the last over. When you know that Dilan is someone who's just walked in, you still have 4 fielders in the circle. So you would want that short midfielder to come slightly up and ensure you don't allow him to get off strike. He's not going to look to go and blast you straight away. That's much more like it. Not the best of deliveries. Swept away. This is going to be a long chase for Zia. And in the end, he does well. The tall man gets down on time. So you need to be one step ahead in the game when you have 4 wickets taken already. You would want to go for the kill. Because if ever so they go on to pick another wicket or 2 from here onwards, they can really bundle them out below 120. That should be the aggressive approach. As a captain, yeah, look at that, easy single. That's all because he's coming from the 30-yard circle. If ever so, you can just ask him to come 7 to 8 steps ahead from the circle. It will not allow the batters to rotate strike easily. Oh, he's knocked him over. Breaching the defenses of Dimuth De Silva. And that wasn't the best of shot selections coming from him. They're in trouble. They've lost half of their side, and what a terrific delivery this was. It was full, it was straight, and the ball hurried on to the batter, skidding. And what a sight for the spinner. Wasim Anwar picks up another wicket. Half the side back in the hutch is 73 for 5. Oh, what a terrific delivery by Wasim Anwar to get his first wicket of the tournament. And that's exactly what I was mentioning. I mean, Wasim Anwar is a bowler who will come hard at you. Hardly do you see him bowling any short stuff. He's someone who won't really make you cut. He will be targeting your leg and middle stump. He would want you to play across the line to get the bold and there'll be W into equation. And on the other end, this is the start which Abu Dhabi Smashers did desire. So Kamalata, of course, winning the toss, calling it right. We'll keep up the chat alive in the next over. It's 74 for 5. It's going to be another left arm spinner, Nadeem. And he's been welcomed with a boundary. No, does well in the end, getting that big foot and saving the boundary. Another quality bowler, Nadeem, does carry vast experience on his shoulders. Someone who would enjoy bowling on this specific track. Someone who will take his chances. Very contrasting, these two bowlers. Talking about Wasim, he's someone who will dart the ball in, bowl a bit quicker through the air. The trajectories are quite different to what Mohammad Nadeem does. He's someone who will toss the ball up. He's not really shy to flight the ball, entice the batter to play a big shot. And when you know that you've got the opponent's 5 down, you can always afford to do so. Really make the batters try to play the big shots. He's asking the question. Given. Well, this is a horrid start for UUDS Tuskers as Nadeem has struck in his very first over. I was just praising Mohammad Nadeem as to how brilliant he is in the mid stage of the game, and look what he's done. He's produced a wicket in the very first over, and UUDS Tuskers are in some serious trouble. It's 77 for 6. At the moment, Abu Dhabi Smashers are all over UUDS Tuskers. They're making life very difficult for the batters to even rotate strike. Forget about the boundaries. That's all because some very disciplined bowling, of course. First, Zia Mukhtar and Umaid starting the proceeding well. Saif was slightly expensive, was off colour, but then since the introduction of Wasim and Nadeem, they've really put the brakes on the acceleration of the runs. And how quickly he's gotten through his over. Excellent by Nadeem, picking up a wicket his first over. 77 for 6. Wasim to continue that. This is played aerial and a valiant effort in the deep. But guess what? It's Almas Ayub who's gotten plenty of bat on this one. He's someone who will not shy away from the bowlers. He will look to go hard and big against them. This is the way he plays. He's someone who could make a huge difference in this contest. Goes hard again. Has he got plenty of bat? Oh, you bet he has. There was a bit of a confusion between the two fielders in the deep. Either one of them saying it was yours, and he's like, no, it was yours, mate. Yeah, comedy of errors. You can't afford to be letting Almas Ayub get away, because he's someone who's going to really make you pay. Yeah, that's really good cricket. Sensible. He knows that he's already gotten 10 runs in the couple of first deliveries. So he's not trying to force the issue. Wickham Costa, all he needs to do is play out the 20 overs. Just in the 12th over, they've been in a hurry, UUDS Tuskers. They do have the runs on the board. 88 is a very good score, I believe, in 12 overs on this wicket. So they just need to stitch up a partnership, ensure they hold their ends. And also with Dhabi Smashers, I think they won't really mind the way Almas is playing. They would want him to play those aerial shots. Keeping things relatively tight is Wasim after giving 10 runs in the first 2 overs. He's done well. Just a single conceded. Yeah, this is really good to see the senior statesman Almas Ayub going down to his partner, having a quick word to him, and surely the advice will be loud and clear. That's to just hold one end, stay out there, just assist me. That's your role. Don't try to be aggressive. He's asking the question, but easy decision. Oh, direct hit would have been very interesting. An entertaining over comes to the end. It's 89 for 6. So just the 1 over for Nadeem, and he's been removed from the attack. Maybe will be asked to bowl from the far end. At the moment, Kamran Atta is opted to bring Umaid back. And let's see if Umaid can still get that extra movement. This is slashed and slashed beautifully. That's a very good shot yet again. And Wickham Costa, he just needs to stay out there, and these loose deliveries, he needs to cash onto it, and that's exactly what he's done. So not the best of starts here for Umaid. And Wickham gets an important boundary for his team. Yeah, this is good cricket. After striking a boundary, what he does is just plays it with soft hands and rotates. Strike brings Hafiz Almas back on strike. Yeah, he's someone who's not a big fan of taking singles and doubles. That I can assure you. Hafiz Almas, he's a power hitter. He's a powerhouse. Can really pack a punch. Can get you quick 30, 40 runs. So you would want to see his back as quickly as you can. Otherwise, He's going to make you pay. Yeah, it's sensibly played along the carpet. So they just need to have those mini goals and objectives in their mind. Still 7 more overs to go after this. So now the idea should be to look to play out all the 20 overs. Wickham, the moment he's walked in the middle, has been impressive. And on the other end, Hafiz Almas Ayub, we know what damage and havoc he can cause if he stays out there for another 4 to 5 overs. He is really going to provide a lot of entertainment. And when he hits, it stays hit. It's a very powerful striker of the ball, Hafiz Almas. And also he's someone who will enjoy his bowling. Mind you, he's a bowling all-rounder. So you might see him come and bowl with the new ball in the second innings. That's gonna be a wide, is it? Yeah. Umpire calls it right. So far hasn't been the best of overs by Umaid. It's been slightly wayward. It's that kind of a wicket where you need to just back on your variations. Maybe bowl a slow bumper. We haven't seen so far any bowler opt to bowl short. Those short bumpers, we know, is such a valuable and a handy delivery. Oh, that's not good. Overthrows. And we'll get a couple of runs. So another productive over so far for UUDS Tuskers. A realistic score now should be around 150. 160 is possible. But the condition has to be that Wickham, he stays out there alongside, of course, Hafiz Almas. His presence is going to play a key role. Tap and run, takes a single and will retain strike in the next over. 100 comes up in the 13th over. It's 100 for 6. Nadeem reintroduced into the attack and straight away makes an impact. Well, whatever decisions Kamarata has taken so far in this innings has paid off in his favour. So just the one end from the pavilion end, and now the moment he's asked him to bowl from the far end, that's what he's done. He's picked up a wicket and he's picked up a huge one. Hafiz Almas showed a lot of promise, but in the end has literally thrown away his wicket. It's 100 for 7. Well, this is not looking good now for UUDS Tuskers, as they're on a serious verge of being bowled out and not go on to play their allotted 20 overs, and that's all because of some very smart captaincy behind the stumps. Kamarata, he's made some brave calls. He's switched on this evening. A thinking captain, and of course his bowlers have really backed him by picking up important wickets, and that too at important crucial stages of the game. We saw Hafiz Almas, the moment he started off with a bang with a six and then followed with a boundary, showed a lot of promise, but that was a nothing short really. Very accurate, Mohammad Nadeem. Yeah, as a captain, I think Kamarata is blessed with so many quality bowlers in his lineup. Of course, talking about Wasim, Kamarata, Zia, Mohammad Nadeem, all of these cricketers, they have played so much cricket in this part of UAE, and obviously on this wicket as well, so they understand how this wicket behaves. And so far, I think they've been mighty impressive. On the other end, Mudit Lakshman and Vikum Costa, they need to keep things simple in the middle. All they have to do is now just focus and play out the 20 overs, maybe target the last 3 overs. But if they try to be aggressive at this stage of the game, what's going to happen is you're giving a chance to the opponents for them to getting you all out. That's something you would never want to desire as a batting team, especially when you're playing your opening game. We'll keep the chat alive after this over. It's the end of 14th over. It's 102 for 7. So one last over for Wasim. And now the idea should be to see off his over. You do not want to be providing him a wicket in his last over. It's been very economical. Wasim Anwar hasn't bowled any loose stuff. Consistently trying to target the stumps, Wasim Anwar, and has found success. Picked up an important wicket. At the stage at which they are in, I think Kamarata can ask Wasim to slow down a little bit, give a bit more of a flight to Mudita, beg your pardon. So you can invite him to play a big shot. Yeah, just like that. That's a very good delivery. Maybe get a slip in place. Still 4 fielders in the circle. That is very surprising to me. You can always maybe just ask a deep square leg fielder to come in the circle and maybe have a slip in place. Oh, trying to be over ambitious and a mix up. This is going to be a run out. It's a comedy of errors in the middle. This is really not good stuff from the men in blue in the center. There was a lot of hesitation between the two, and they are in some serious trouble as they lose their 8th wicket, and we're just in the 15th over. It's 103 for the loss of 8. Losing another wicket at a very wrong stage of the game. When you know you do have quite a few overs remaining, you are 7 done, and this is what you do. Try to take a quick single and get yourself run out. Yeah, not a very smart cricket from UUDS Tuskers. I mean, they're much better than this. Yeah, it's a long tournament. They surely will learn from their mistakes. These are basics error they need to ensure that they avoid in the near future. Yeah, for now, Wasim Anwar, he's enjoying his outing. Hasn't tried anything extraordinary or out of the box. All he's done is kept relatively things simple in the middle. Vikram Costa, he's gotten some runs from his blade, so maybe he's going to hold the key and try to get a quick 20-25 runs for his team. Tap and run. Now this could be another run out. Direct hit required. He does so. This is horrible to say the least. Really, what's going on? No calling whatsoever, and yet again both the batters found themselves in the middle of nowhere, and Wasim Anwar hitting those 3 stumps bullseye, and another wicket falling in the form of a run out. It's really not looking good for UUDS Tuskers. They're now on a serious verge of being bundled out and not playing out the 20 overs. It's 104 for 9. Well, this is a very interesting field setup now. I can see just that one fielder in the deep towards the leg side, which is a deep mid wicket, and they have a deep cover in position alongside a long on. So yeah, these are the 3 fielders outside. Otherwise, they're opting to have extra fielders in the circle, rightfully so. They would want to wrap up this as quickly as they can. But what a terrific performance this has been from Abu Dhabi Smashers in the very opening game of UPro Summer Cup Pro Edition. And that's exactly what you want, really. That does a world to your confidence when you start off well in the start of a tournament. Winning the toss, calling it right, knew that there's something in the wicket. Yeah, it's a good shot, but surprisingly, they've only opted to take a single. So, I think he's done his homework, Amrata. As I said, he does carry a lot of experience, knows this ground inside out. And he was out there before the game. He had a close look at the wicket and he knew there's plenty to offer for the bowlers, and he's gotten plenty of support from his fast bowlers, from his medium pace bowlers, from of course the 2 spinners, Nadeem and Wasim. So they've done their homework. He looked very confident the moment he came in. That body language just spoke volumes. Just stated that he is out there for a purpose. He's going to go for the kill, and so far they are having an upper hand in this game. Just one more wicket is what they need to bundle. Oh, there you can see Kamarata just asking him to toss the ball up, and that's been hit hard towards the bowler. Nonetheless, it's an excellent over yet again by Nadeem. It's 106 for 9. Zia Mukhtar being reintroduced into the attack, rightfully so. Trying to play towards deep fine. Another bit of a mix-up between the two. Yeah, this is something they need to be mindful of coming into the next games they have. UUDS Tuskers. The running between the wicket has been a major concern. The calling hasn't been loud and clear. Quite a few mix-up have we seen, and they've ran themselves, I think, thrice in this innings. Couple of run-outs in Wasim's over. So this is going to be interesting. Zia, who's someone who likes to nail in those Yorkers. This is crashed, but straight towards the fielder. Another mix-up between the two. It was Vikram who was desperate to get back on strike. Yeah, I can understand. You would want, if you ever saw you are a UUDS Tuskers fan, would want Vikram Costa to be coming in on strike and play the majority of the deliveries. We're still in the 17th over. Another 3 more to go. Oh, that's clubbed away nicely towards long on for a boundary. So the message is loud and clear from Mohammad Adil to Vikram to stay where you are, because I'm someone who can really take the bowling apart. And Zia is someone who wouldn't like this. He's a bowler who's economical, doesn't give many runs, so watch out for that vicious bouncer. Fine leg in the circle though. So this is going to be interesting delivery. A Yorker or a bouncer. Yeah, he's gone for the bouncer. It's pulled away and he's put it down. Hands on his head, and Zia Mukhtar, he's not going to be very pleased with this effort. That was a very good bouncer, and there you go. It was miles up in the air. Did get a lot of elevation, not the distance, but yeah, he got his 2 hands onto the ball, so no excuses should have been taken. And Zia Mukhtar or the captain Kamran Atao weren't impressed with this effort in the deep. So very handy couple of boundaries coming in the 17th over. What's next? Yeah, tries to go for the Yorker, but just couldn't get the line right. So 9 runs have been accumulated in the 17th over. Yeah, maybe if they can approach and get to somewhere around 130, we could have a game in our hands, because UUDS Tuskers, mind you, they've got some very good quality bowlers in their lineup. So they should have the belief in themselves that once, if ever so, we get to that 130, we do give the chance to our bowlers to come in and bowl in the next innings. Yeah, this is a good delivery to close out a good over for UUDS Tuskers. It's 117 for 9. This could be the make or break over. Surely we will see the 2 batters trying to take on Mohammad Nadeem. Yeah, asking the question, and the umpire had absolutely no hesitations to be raising his finger, because that was straight, it was full, and it was plumb in front. What a brilliant spell by Nadeem, and a terrific overall performance by Abu Dhabi Smashers. And that is how the last wicket fell. Yeah, as easy as it gets. Umpire took no time whatsoever, raises his finger in a jiffy, and that is the end of the first innings. This is not what the doctor ordered for UUDS Tuskers. Started off well in the power play, but just couldn't get going, and they lost track and kept on losing wickets at regular intervals. But hats off to Abu Dhabi Smashers. I think they've done their homework well, playing some quality bowlers in the lineup, and of course talking about Nadeem, Wasim, Zia Mukhtar, how brilliant he was. Umaid was an exceptional spell with the new ball. Saif also picked up a wicket. So a collective performance by Team Abu Dhabi Smashers to bundle the opponents out in the opening game of UPro Summer Cup Pro Edition. Well, that's how things have panned out. Wasn't the best of starts where they lost those two important openers early on, and then some resistance coming in from the middle order batters. Thilan and Asil Segera showed a lot of promise. And you can see that the batters did get off to starts. Dimuta, Almas, Vikram Costa, but none of them could really carry on the momentum in their favour, and just kept on losing their wickets and have bundled out for 117. Yeah, a very impressive bowling card, very calculated rotation of bowlers from the captain. It was Zia Mukhtar picking up 2 wickets, Umaid picking up important wickets. Saif expensive, but yeah, picked up a very crucial wicket at an important juncture of the game. Wasim, very impressive, picked up a wicket, 12 dot deliveries, and the pick of the bowlers by far, Mohammad Nadeem, 3 wickets to his name with only 7 runs. He's conceded and 10 extras. That's something which they would want to minimize coming into the next games in this tournament. Right then, we're going to just go into a short break, and once we are back, we will be all set for the run chase. Stay tuned. Back after a short little break. Second innings is going to be underway in a short while. But what a terrific performance by the bowlers of Abu Dhabi Smashers. Now it's all on the two batters. They would want to start off with a bang, especially the first 6 overs. Try to get 40 to 45 runs and ensure you don't lose many wickets. On the other end, UUDS Tuskers, they will come hard. The chase is on. Oh, that's a good delivery, but nicely guided away towards deep third man. And Yayan Kinrai opens his account with a couple of runs. Yeah, this is one boy really. I mean, he's been so impressive, Yayan Kinrai. He's coming amongst the ranks. Has really been impressive lately. For the last couple of years, he's been scoring runs consistently. Very mature cricketer. He's got a very cool head on his shoulders. Takes his time in the middle. Really gives a lot of value to his wicket. On the other end, Mohammad Adil Hassan, tall right arm fast bowler. Someone who will look to generate extra bit of pace. He's someone who can really make the ball bounce from the good length areas, and it is that kind of a wicket really. There is so much to assist for the fast bowlers. We saw in the first innings as to how well did Zia and Umaid use this wicket, and they got 3 wickets mind in the power play, so they need to take a leaf out of the notebook of the bowlers of Abu Dhabi Smashers. Nicely cut away. That's a magnificent shot by Yayan Kinrai, showing his class early on in the very first over. And that's somewhere you would not want to feed him. A very strong cutter of the ball. And it's lightning quick outfield here in Abu Dhabi Tolerance Oval. So the moment you strike it into the gap, you know that you're going to get quite a few runs. So off to a good start here, Abu Dhabi Smashers. On the other end, Adil needs to be a little consistent with his lengths. Yeah, so far it has been a struggle. Early days though, Mohammad Adil, another very handy, useful bowler. But that occasion, just I think trying to go for the glory in swinging delivery, getting it all wrong in the end. And lucky that Yayan didn't get any bat on this, because the fine leg was in the circle. So that could have been easily another 4 runs to his name. Oh, lucky. Very lucky for Mohammad Adil. Just 5 meters, I believe, on either side of the fine leg fielder, that would have raced away towards the boundary. Now, I think they're missing a trick here, UUDS Tuskers, because you know that you're not really defending a big target. So you need to have that aggressive mindset approach by having a shot catching gully, a slip in place, a shot cover. Yeah, that's all. You need to just announce your arrival that you are going for the kill. You're looking to pick up those early wickets. So this is what I believe they need to be one step ahead in the game. I mean, with this kind of a field, there's no pressure really on the batters. All they will do is just keep on milking the ball away. They know how much they're chasing, just 110 more required. So you need to really come out with different ideas, think out of the box, do something extraordinary. Clearly you can see they are desperate for the wickets, but with this kind of a field, I don't really think it's going to go in their favor. Yeah, it's a good delivery, trying to go for a Yorker in the first over. It's never a bad idea, but Kamran Atta, the captain, equal to the task, takes a single and will be retaining strike in the next over. It's 9 for no loss. Yeah, it's a very good start here for Dhabi Smashers. Already 9 runs have been accumulated. They have a third slip, I suppose, for the new bowler. Yeah, another very exciting talent, Chintaka Gokula, skids the ball and is quick through the air. Oh, that is not the best of starts. It was surely a wide, but before that he's not overstepped. I think he's just his foot just ricocheted off the stumps. Or in fact, it's his fingers. You can see he's in a lot of pain. And the pain will worsen because it's going to be a free hit. And also to add insult to injury, it's going to be Kamran Atta who will be taking strike. He is a ferocious hitter. He will blast anything if it's in his area. Right then, free hit. Oh, missed out. Very good delivery. Perfect block hole delivery. Not really allowing Kamran Atta to come underneath the ball. But I really love this combination. Kamran Atta is someone who will look to express himself. He will unleash, will look to play aggressively. That's the way he plays. That's his natural gameplay. And on the other end, you have Yayan Kiran Rai, who's so stylish, such a compact and a prolific batter. Does tend to take his time, but you feed him anywhere slightly short or fuller, he will bounce on you and get the important runs for your team. He's a player who you will see that he will take his time, doesn't really look to be over ambitious, and you need someone really to you need somebody like Yayan Kiran Rai as an opener to hold one end. Flicked away nicely, in control. Just a single. So just making a few minor adjustments in the field. Having a deep square leg in position. Chipped in the air. But intentionally didn't want it to play it aerial. So it's just going to be a matter of time and we will see Kamran Atta really unleashing and shifting gears. He's someone you can't really keep quiet for a long time. Just the 3-4 deliveries, and then once he gets going, then it becomes very tough to really get rid of somebody like Kamran Atta. That's going to be another wide, so not the best of starts. He's already bowled a no ball now, followed by an extra. Can't really afford to be giving any freebies, any extras when you're not really defending a huge target. On the other end, no pressure whatsoever for the two opening batters. Oh, this is high up in the air. It's miles up in the air. The ball plucking into the surface and trickling away towards the boundary. For a moment I thought the mid-on fielder would be in play, but he did get a lot of elevation on this one, and luckily it did travel away towards the boundary. So there you go. Now he's decided he's going to play a few shots, trying to put Chintaka Gokula under some pressure early on. Flicked away very nicely with a lot of authority. Couple of bounces into the fence. It's turned out to be an excellent over yet again for the men in black in the middle. And Chintika Gokula has been slightly wavered with his lines. He's been spraying the ball all over. Something you can't afford against Kamarata. It's 21 for no loss after 2. That's a perfect start here for Abu Dhabi Smashers. 21 already on the board. That's a good delivery. If he can be persistent and try to be a little more consistent bowling on these liner lengths, maybe he could be getting a reward soon. But no slips in position. It's 6-3 field, 6 fielders on the offside, and they've got a deep square leg, fine leg alongside mid-on in position. Yeah, targeting the stumps is never a bad idea, especially with the new ball. You do get extra movement in the air, and Mohammad Adil Hassan is someone who does ball with quite a bit of pace. So you need to be looking to be a little aggressive. Try to pitch the ball up. Maybe surprise the batter with one sharp bumper, because Mohammad Adil Hassan, of course, the pace which he possesses, he can always tend to, or rather afford to bowl a sharp bumper. Yeah, short delivery, but Yain Rai, think he's missed out on this one. He's someone who really fancies his chances towards the deep mid wicket. Yain Rai. He's a batter who really likes pace onto his bat. So already off to a good start, and all he needs to do is just have a cool head in the middle. This is such a great opportunity really for the two batters to get some runs under their belt as we go further in the tournament. It's always a very good feeling to get runs in your very first game. Now that has been played very nicely towards the cover region, and he always had the intention to play it aerial, never wanted to play it along the carpet, but that's a super shot yet again. Gets another boundary to his name. So this is not what they desired, UUDS Tuskers, and I think the captain really needs to be switched on here. Maybe try to get the spinners early on into the contest. We saw what Wasim and Nadeem did early on in the first innings. So that could be one handy option they could opt. Yeah, he's clearly struggling, and that's a very good, smart little shot by Kamarata. It was a hit-me delivery, drifting down the leg side, and all Kamar had to do is just get some bat on it. That's what he did, just flicking it away from his presence, getting back-to-back boundaries. And now Abu Dhabi Smashers, they've got a great chance to try to win this game as quickly as they can. It will just skyrocket their net run rate, which we know that it plays such a huge role in the latter part of the tournament. Smart. Very good batting here by Kamarata. It's 30 for no loss after 3. Change of bowling is going to be Al Hafiz Al Mas. Yeah, poor delivery. Not the best of balls by Hafiz Al Mas. Yet again, drifting down the leg side, and Yain Kinrai, you can't feed him there. I mean, there was 4 runs written all over it from the moment it left from the bat. And surprising, really. I think you could have just given that first over maybe to Hafiz Al Mas, who carries vast experience. He's a new ball specialist, really can make the ball talk, does have the tendency to move the ball either way. Flicked away yet again, but there is protection in the deep. Oh, he wants a second. Yain Kinrai is desperate to get back on strike, but Kamran Atta, skipper saying, hang on, mate. Let's not do a replica of what we saw in the first innings, where we saw quite a few run-outs. There was a lot of mix-ups, no calling whatsoever, comedy of errors, and they lost, if I can recall, they lost like 3 wickets in the form of run-out. That's not really good when you're playing your opening game, just gifting wickets to the opponents. Oh, that's a glorious looking shot. Some finesse. That's what Kamran Atta, the captain, can do in the power play. But really, I mean, the bowling hasn't been up to the mark. That's not the first time we've seen the bowlers bowling onto the pads. It's just gifting runs. Already you can see that the shoulders are down. There's hardly any chirping in the center. So it's not looking all that bright at the moment for UUDS Tuskers. Pulled away. And it's raced away towards the boundary. He's an unstoppable machine, Kamran Atta. Nothing seems to be working in the favor of UUDS Tuskers. Yeah, such is the aura and the class of this man, Kamran Atta. Just reminding the opponents, this is my den. I know how this wicket plays. This is my home ground. He knows this wicket inside out, and mind you, he's scored plenty of runs on this wicket. I remember he's gotten a lot of player of the matches in this very ground. So what a terrific captain's innings have we witnessed. Straight away the call of 2. This time it's Yain Kinrai denying this to come back for the second. Yeah, rightfully so. No need for the risk really when you have 14 runs already looted in the 4th over. No pressure, really. All they have to do is just enjoy their outing. We saw a bit of initial movement in the second over, but now you can see that the ball is coming onto the bat really nicely. No real demons as of such. Yeah, nicely played along the carpet. Will retain strike in the next over. Expensive over comes to the end. It's 45 for no loss after 4. It's the captain who's introduced himself into the attack and straight away getting the thick outside edge. And this is where I was mentioning that when you're not really having those runs on the board, you're not really defending a big target, you need to go for the kill. And imagine if ever so there was a slip in place, I would have straight gone into the buckets of the slip fielder. But the defensive approach which they're having at the moment, don't really think there is any pressure whatsoever. They've still got 70 runs to play with. You never know. Cricket is a funny game. You just need to ensure you fight right till the end and have those many objectives in your mind. Talking about Dylan Surovira, he's a very handy right arm off, or rather wrist spinner. Does tend to turn the ball as well, but at the moment you can see that hardly there's any assistance for the spinners. It's coming onto the bat nicely. Yeah, the ball is relatively new. We just in the fifth over rather. In the air and past the mid-off fielder. That's a courageous shot. Kamanatha, he thought that is going into the hands of the fielder, but he's timed it so well. He's got a lot of bat on this one. Yeah, it's beautiful evening here in the capital of United Arab Emirates. We're here in Abu Dhabi, Tolerance Oval. It's the first game of UPro Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026. And already plenty of excitement. Excellent bowling performance by the men of Abu Dhabi Smashers. And now some entertainment being provided by the captain and Yair Kinroy. Yeah, we'll settle in for only a single. Will be the end of the fifth over. It's 53 for no loss. Smooth sailing at the moment for Abu Dhabi Smashers. They've got a great opportunity to chase this down quickly and really boost their net run rate, which plays such a vital role in the latter part of the tournament. Cut away but straight to the fielder. Mind you, it's a Super Saturday. It's a double header. We've got another exciting game lined up. And that will be 9 p.m. local time. Yeah, very watchful is Kamanatha, the captain, playing against the nature of his actual gameplay. He always looks to go big, looks to go hard. Just like that, but missed out. Good delivery by Asal Segera. Just taking all the pace off and almost deceiving Kamanatha. Yeah, so the next match, that is going to be an exciting contest. It's going to be Dubai Royals taking on Gorilla 11. So watch out for that game. Plenty of excitement coming in. A bit of a misfield and will allow them to take an easy single. No real problems at the moment. Abu Dhabi Smashers playing a calculated innings. No wickets have been lost. And this was the problem in the first innings where we saw UUDS Tuskers. They were a little over-aggressive, trying to play quite a few shots against good deliveries, and that's where they lost those important wickets. Smashed away again, a misfield. Nonetheless, it's been a terrific over by Asal Segera. Only 3 runs is what he's given. It's 56 for no loss. He's going to be the captain to continue. Did well in the first over, but that wasn't the best of deliveries. Oh, brilliant bit of fielding. Full marks for the effort, but I think the umpire would want to have a recheck on this one. But he's done extremely well. In fact, I think he's saved a couple of runs for his team. Brilliant bit of fielding. That's what is required. Can really uplift the mood of the camp. Driven beautifully yet again. Kamalata is in control. And he's got a great chance, of course, now to get to his 50. It's always such a great feeling when you come out to play your first game of the tournament. And also if you're a captain. So impressive, of course, in the first innings. Made some brilliant calls. And talking about brilliance, that's a good shot. But luckily, just didn't time it. Otherwise, that would have gone straight into the hands. Oh, that's hit really hard, but straight towards the fielder. He's such a powerful striker, really. He's not very tall or very big in stature. It's just those forearms. He's very strong towards the offside. If you ball anything full to him. Also, he's a very good player against spin. At the moment, not really fancying his chances. He knows that there's no need to be reckless. All they need is singles and doubles, and that's what they've done in this over. 4 singles and a couple of runs. Single to close out the 7th over. It's 63 for no loss. Asal Segera to continue ball the lovely over. Oh, that is launched into the orbit. It's a mighty hit, and look at how far has this gone. It's out of here. It's out of the park. New ball, please. He's such a ferocious hitter. And that wasn't all that bad a delivery. He just stepped down the ground, came onto the line of the ball, and whack. It was a terrific shot. And surely that ball is not coming back. We'll have a new ball replacement. Straight away, he's put Asal Segera under tremendous pressure. The very first ball, he went for maximum, and now he's cut this towards the point region. Long chase, and the fielder gives it up. So the captain seems to be in a hurry, and he's just one run shy to be getting his maiden half century in the first opening game of UPro Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026. Has been such a commendable performance yet again. And Kamalata is turning on the heat. Will he get to his 50 in style? Oh, he's been knocked over. And surely, whilst he's walking back to the pavilion, he's going to ask this question to himself as to was this required? He could just have taken a single, get to his 50, and then maybe blast the bowlers. But that was a terrific delivery, really. Asal Segera just taking all the pace off, enticing Kamalata to come down the ground. And it has paid off in his favour. Asal picks up a wicket. It's 73 for 1. Kamalata, the captain, departing before he's done a lot of damage. Already gave a good start to his team. 49. But yeah, he had a great opportunity really to get a 50. Just one run shy. And missed out to be getting his half century. But excellent bowling, I believe. Asal Segera really has been impressive. If ever so, he would be wondering now if they could have gotten maybe 160, 165, the story would have been different. That's been cut away, and good bit of fielding. Somehow did get hand on to it. In the end, it's turned out to be a great over by Asal Segera. It's 74 for 1. Very calm and composed is Yayan Rai. And why not? You know that you're not really chasing a big target, so it's always good to have a feel onto the bat. Just stay out there in the center. Try to play as many balls as you could. Even if he doesn't score many runs, doesn't really matter because the match is pretty much in their hands. That's deliberately played towards a point region aerial. So it always is a good option to have a feel onto the bat. Just 43 more runs required. No pressure whatsoever. You can just milk it around, focus on the singles and doubles. Yeah, good defense and a good delivery by Dylan Suravira. So the moment you can see that he's taken a bit of pace off the ball did hold up into the surface, and there was some purchase for Dylan Suravira. Yeah, Beautiful. That's a good delivery. That's what they need to do. They need the ball to allow to turn. You need to flight the ball, give a bit of loop, give the ball a bit of air. And the last delivery did spin quite long. So at the moment, Dylan Suravira has been very economical in this over, hasn't conceded a boundary. On the other end, Saurav, who's just made his way in the center, can also take his sweet time, focus on getting it from the middle of his bat. A single to close out the ninth over. It's 77 for 1. Well, he's been impressive so far, Asil Segera. For me, he's been the pick of the ballers. Has picked up the only wicket in this innings. So just doing a replica of what we saw Wasim did in the first innings. Oh, this is hit really hard towards the long on. There is protection. We'll get only a single. Well, it's a long way to go. This is just the first game for UUDS Tuskers, and after this game, it's not over. But if ever so they're going to lose this game, they will go back and the think tank will surely come into action, and they need to work on as to what went wrong in this innings. A few run-outs, a few rash strokes. The power play wasn't utilized to its full potential. The attacking bowlers, they didn't bowl in the right areas, and also the field setup. That was a major concern. Very defensive approach. Nothing defensive about the shot. He has absolutely dismissed this from his presence. And sort of said, enough. I've played 9 deliveries. It's time now to make a move on. And that is a majestic hit. There it is. In the bushes. Yeah, they're enjoying. They know that all they need is another 33 runs. UUDS Tuskers can just assume that, I feel that they have given up a bit early in this contest. They could have really put up a fight. There is plenty to offer from the surface. Oh, that's a super shot once again. Mind you, it's a tough shot to execute, and how simple has sort of made it look like. He's in a hurry. He's enjoying his outing. I was praising Asil Segera. He bowled so well, and on that occasion, it yet again wasn't the best of deliveries. Drifting onto the leg side, sort of taking full advantage, getting another boundary. Gentle little push, a dot to close out another productive over for Abu Dhabi Smashers. It's 89 for 1. Back after a short drinks break, and it has been a pretty much one-sided encounter so far. It has been one-way traffic. They were always in control since the match started. Abu Dhabi Smashes winning toss, making the right call was Kamarata. Wanted to bowl first, and the bowling has not let them down. And now their top order batters doing the job, and they would want to seal the deal and try to chase this another 28 runs, or in fact make that 27 runs, because that's very good running. And Rai wanted the 30s, an absolute live wire between the stumps, but sort of showing no interest whatsoever. Just asking Ryan Rai, why don't you take strike, mate? Just continue as to what you're doing. Maybe try to get a 50, you never know. If ever so, we can keep the majority of the strike with him. Yeah, it's quite possible, because 25 is what he needs and 27 is what they need to win the game. Tossed up delivery. It's been cut away nicely, but that's really nice by Dylan Suravira. The captain has been super impressive. But we've seen all the other bowlers, they've been taken to cleaners. It is this man on your screen who's been very economical. Yeah, and also he's not been predictable. He's always asking the questions to the batters, ensuring that he keeps changing his pace, his lengths ever so slightly. Just working around with those good length areas. There you go. Very good delivery yet again. Yeah, the only problem is the runs. If ever so they had runs on the board, they do have some quality bowlers. Sigil, Dylan. These two bowlers, I mean, really they can make a game out of anything which the opponents score. Lovely delivery. That's a very good delivery to close out the 11th over. It's 93 for 1. So match number 1 of UPro Summer Cup Pro Edition at the moment is in the grasp of Abu Dhabi Smashers, and this boy has been very impressive. Yai and Kiran Rai, very consistent performer. It's not that he'll score runs in a couple of games and then have a bad passage of run. He is someone who will consistently get you those 30s, 40s, and his average speaks volume. Yeah, not the best of starts by Mudita, who's just been introduced into the attack. And it was nothing delivery in the end. All sort of had to do is just guide it past the two fielders. Yeah, intentionally placing it between the two fielders gets another boundary to his name. So inching closer to victory are Abu Dhabi Smashers, and are off to a smashing start in this tournament. Apesh went very close to the short cover fielder. Yeah, they're having a short cover now. Why weren't they having a short cover in the first 3 to 4 overs? Where was the slip? There was no gully. There was nobody catching towards the short mid area. That's where the pressure was released early on, and it just allowed Kamran and Yair can try to get their eye in the middle. Adapt to the surface. Just a single. So these are the little things. I think once they go back into the dugout, they will have a meeting and discuss as to which are the areas they need to improve and look into. Because another loss and that's it. It's going to be pretty much done and dusted. Bolde trying to go for a wild hoik, and Mudita, after being smashed for a boundary, he's taken his revenge in the very over. Beautifully ball. Look at that. He's rolled his fingers over and he's taken all the pace off from the ball. This is very smart bowling by Mudita. Lakshan well deservedly picks up a wicket. It's 99 for 2. In at number 4 is Prithvi Madhu, another very stylish right-handed batter. It's come out at a situation where there's not much needed to be done. All he needs to do is just milk the ball around. And talking about this man on the screen, very impressive. He's done well. He bowled a lovely delivery. Completely deceived, foxed the batter, and has picked up his first wicket. So that will do a world to his confidence. Will be steaming in once again. Yeah, again the roll of the fingers. This is really good. He's bowling exceptionally well, is Mudita Lakshan. You need such bowlers in your team where you know that the wicket is on the sticky side. It does hold up into the surface, never really arrives at you all that quickly. So it's always very difficult to play such kind of bowlers, and Mudita is one of them. Hits it hard, but straight to the fielder. Hafiz Mas will do the clean-up work, and just a single to close out a good over by Mudita. It's 101 for 2. Another bowling change is going to be Wickham Costa introduced in the 13th over, where there's not many runs to play around with. Coming around the wicket, nice little punch straight to the fielder. But yeah, it has been such an impressive overall performance, of course. We need to praise the captain with his leadership qualities, Kavanata. And then the bowling was up to the mark. Looking to come back for the second, no, denied. And talking about Zia Mukhtar, who can forget that first delivery? What a start to a tournament where you come in, you run in, you know it's the first game of the tournament, and you pick up a wicket, and that's exactly what he did. So he came in with a lot of confidence. He continued bowling in the right areas. And in the end, his figures were brilliant. Nicely played by Prithvi Madhu. Good little punch, intentionally keeping it along the carpet. So yeah, all check for all the boxes for Abu Dhabi Smashers. Yeah, such is the tournament requirement. I mean, you lose couple of games, and it just becomes very difficult to make a comeback. So the problem here for UUDS Tuskers is they're on the verge of losing this game by a margin. I mean, the more quickly they chase Abu Dhabi Smashers, the better the net run rate will become for them. And not so for UUDS Tuskers. So this is where the problem lies. Hammers it towards the cow corner. What a terrific shot. This is splendid batting by Yayan Kiran Rai. And the umpire just wants to have a check on this. It was flat, it was hard. Look at that balance and swivel of the bat. And I think maybe it's gone all the way. We'll have to wait. Now, in fact, it's been given as a boundary. I need to get a quick eye test soon. Not getting any younger, am I? Yeah, a dot delivery to close out the 13th over. It's 109 for 2. Mudita Lakshan to continue, picked up a wicket in his last over. Yeah, I love this. I really like this. Mudita, he's giving his 100%. He knows that the match is pretty much done and dusted, but still he's throwing himself around, and that's very good, really. I mean, you need to fight right till the end. That has been the problem. And most of the players, they just... the shoulders were down. Short deliveries missed out. Prithvi Madhu wanted to hammer this out of the park. Yeah, he's been one of the bowlers who's been very smart since the time he's been introduced. Maybe the captain would be thinking that I could have introduced him into the attack early on, and also they've given only 1 over to Hafiz Almas. That was very surprising. I mean, he's such bowler I've seen in the past that he comes in and bowls a couple of overs, or as per the situation which was required today, he could have bowled maybe those 4 overs on the trot. He's a genuine wicket taker. Pitches the ball in the right areas, gets that extra bit of zip and kick from the surface. But yeah, I mean, the captain had different ideas, and surely would be learning from the mistakes and would be implementing it in the next game. Oh, beautifully ball. That is a top-class delivery, and that is the reason I was praising this young boy, because he has got something in him. Look at this delivery. Beautifully bowled. Angled in towards the right hand and then the slightest bit of movement away, shaping it away from Prithvi Madhu. And Mudita Lakshan strikes again. Excellent stuff by Mudita to pick up his second. It's 109 for 3. Yeah, by far, Mudita Lakshan has been the pick of the bowlers. Two brilliant deliveries to dismiss the two batters. The last delivery really was an excellent one. Look at what he's done. Could this be a wicket maiden? Oh, lovely stuff. Yeah, he's enjoying his outing out there, and why not? That was a top class delivery. Look at this. Onto the stumps, and it spun so sharply. And I haven't seen even spinners getting this much turn. But this man did so. Excellent over. Comes to the end. It's 109 for 3 after 14. Vikram Kos had to continue. And Zishan Bhatti sent a bit up the order, and I think that's all because they would want to just get over this now. Because you've got a great chance really to get your net run rate sky high. So there's no point really to take this game deep. You would always want to have that edge and advantage to have a healthy net run rate. Yeah, mind you, of course, they're playing their first game. It's the first day of, and obviously the first game as well of UPro Summer Cup Pro Edition. So it's always a good feeling, really, when you get those 2 points early on. He's gone for a big hit. Has he got enough? No, he hasn't. So it's Wickham Costa now joining in the party and is now amongst the wickets. But lovely delivery. Look at that. How he's enticed him. And he's literally asked him to go for a big shot. And getting a lot of elevation, not the distance. Good catch in the deep. It's 110 for the loss of 4. Well, in comes the powerhouse, Ghulam Murtaza. He can really smash the ball all over the park. Ferocious hitter. Don't think he's going to waste any time whatsoever. Will look to go big early on. Yeah, not the best of deliveries. A juicy full toss. And excellent bit of fielding. Good effort in the deep has saved a couple of runs for his team. But yeah, his eyes lit up. Ghulam Murtaza, I don't really think he was expecting this freebie, a loosener from Vikram Costa. But yeah, nonetheless, he bowled an exceptional delivery. It was a very good delivery to dismiss the batter. They do have the firepower in their bowling lineup, and it's just that their batting, beg your pardon, didn't click, didn't fire. This was meant to be hit. Yet again missing out is Ghulam. But will get strike in the next over. Has taken a single. It's 113 for 4. Mudita Lakshan will continue. Couple of wickets to his name. It's a good start to the tournament for Mudita. Again, the roll of the fingers, but sensible approach by Ghulam Murtaza. He knows that there's no point really to play any rash stroke. We're almost there, only one hit away. But a very calculated knock by Yain Kiran Rai. Silently, he's gone on to score 34 runs. Punched away nicely and a good bit of fielding. Yeah, this is a good variation. We saw that he's been bowling a lot of cutters, and this time he's just offered a bit of pace to Yain. It was a good shot, but the problem was that he hit it straight into the hands of the point fielder. Crashed away towards the mid wicket, gets a single. So I won't be surprised now if Ghulam Murtaza will look to seal the deal and finish off this match by a huge maximum. And this is something which Mudita Lakshan would want him to do. Good delivery. And Ghulam takes a single. So, in fact, he was looking to come back for the second, assuming it was an overthrow, but he's done well. Good backup. Yeah, so we've got another game lined up. Mind you, it's a super Saturday. There's a game at 9 p.m. which is going to be played between Dubai Royals and Gorilla 11. That is one match to look out for. Oh, sweet. Nicely done. And that's how you finish the game. Such a smart stroke by Yain Kiran Rai, using the pace of Mudita. Look at that. You really need to have a very good eye to play such kind of strokes, and he's made it look so easy, has Yain Kiran Rai. What a tremendous knock by Yain Kiran Rai, and a tremendous overall performance by Team Abu Dhabi Smashers. Brilliant with the ball early on this afternoon, and then of course their fielding was exceptional. They've taken some brilliant catches, and it was over to the batters, who have convincingly and easily chased this down and have won this game. Yeah, there you go, the top three batters doing the job, and that is what was desired Unbeaten 39 for Yayan. Kamran, the captain, missing out to his half century. But look at the strike rate. And then sort of playing a handy 20, and nothing much needed to be done. Ghulam coming in and playing sensibly. And the winning shots were scored by Yayan Kiran Rai to win the first game. Yeah, plenty of options being used. You can see Hafiz Al-Mas not bowling much. Mohammad Adil Hassan was spraying the ball. Chintika Gokula was very expensive. So the initial stage of the game, there was a struggle from the bowlers, and that's what released the pressure. And for me, the pick of the bowlers was easily Mudita Lakshan, who bowled his heart out, picked up 2 wickets. Asal Sigera and Vikum Costa also picking up a wicket. That's the match summary for the opening game of UPro Summer Cup Pro Edition. UUDS Tuskers were bundled out, not playing out the allotted 20 overs, just scoring 117. Tilan was the top scorer. Mohammad Nadeem, very impressive left arm spinner. Zia Mukhtar, terrific start, picking up a wicket on the very first delivery. In reply, Abu Dhabi Smashers chasing it down. It was pretty much a one-sided encounter. And Kamran and Yayan giving a blistering start to the team. And Mudita did well, but was not enough to stop them from winning this game, and have won this game convincingly by 6 wickets and registering those 2 important points. Right then, we're going to take a short little break, and once we are back, we will be ready with the post-match presentation. Stay tuned. representation of UPro Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026. It was the opening game of the tournament where Abu Dhabi Smashers, after winning the toss, have invited UUDS Tuskers to bat first, and UUDS Tuskers managed to score just 117 runs and were bundled out, not allowed to play out the 20 overs. In reply, Abu Dhabi Smashers chasing it down comfortably in just 15.5 overs and have clinched victory by 6 wickets. I would now like to invite our esteemed match referee Preetham to hand over the player of the match, and the player of the match goes to, no surprises, it has to go to Kamran from Abu Dhabi Smashers for his brilliant 49 runs. Just 28 deliveries is what it took. Picked up a brilliant catch and also a run out to his name. Kamran मुबारक हो, बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस, ओपन जाके अपने अच्छा स्टार्ट दिया. एज अ कैप्टन आपने शुरू किया इस तरह का टूर्नामेंट, कैसा लग रहा है?
बहुत प्राउड फील हो रहा है कि मेरी टीम ने, हम लोगों ने जो प्लान किया उसमें मुकम्मल कामयाब हुए हैं. हम लोगों ने पहले टॉस जीत के हम लोगों ने पहले उनको बैटिंग के लिए इनवाइट किया, तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जो प्लान किया तो उस पर पूरे उतरे हैं और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मेरी परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी हुई है. बाकी प्लेयर्स ने भी अच्छा खेला और हम लोग मैच जीते हैं.
इस ग्राउंड पे आपका काफ़ी रहा, लेकिन आज पहला मैच था टूर्नामेंट का, पता नहीं था विकेट कैसे करेगा, तो विकेट के बारे में कुछ बता.
जी अच्छा विकेट था और अच्छा बैट्समैन के लिए और बॉलर के लिए, दोनों के लिए बेनिफिट था. बट आपको पता है मेरी गेम वो ऐसे ही है कि सर्कल में मैं अगर पावर हिटिंग करना ज़रूरी है, जिससे मुझे भी फ़ायदा होता है और टीम को भी फ़ायदा होता है.
ये प्लेयर मैच आप किसको डेडिकेट करना चाहते हैं?
मैं, मेरे भाई हैं रियाज आज़म, लेदर नवेलो आपके सामने ये लगा हो तो उसको डेडिकेट करूँगा.
शानदार परफॉर्मेंस रहे, बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर द फ्यूचर गेम्स.
थैंक यू.
Well, that was the captain scoring a brilliant 49 for his team and clinching victory. We're done and dusted with the post-match presentation, but don't go anywhere as we have another exciting game lined up for you. Until then, stay tuned.